Yeah, it was interesting. I thought the first, I'm not exactly sure what minute it was, but 20, 25, really happy with the start, the aggressiveness. We created a ton of chances. Um, so yeah, I mean, kind of like took me by surprise, when they got the goal. Um, and then, to get up to two quick goals in succession obviously makes it difficult. I thought obviously the response start of the second half was fantastic. Make it 2-1 early. Um, and then obviously, they get the goal, by Morgan. And obviously at that point, 3-1, it's tough, but some aspects I really love what we did. I thought we, definitely play on the front foot, stuff we talked about. And, I thought the women put in a great effort. Just, we got to think, in the final third, take a little bit better chances with the opportunities we had.
And it's obviously early on this, but what can you tell us about Nadia Nadim?
Yeah, not sure. Obviously, she got taken off, and we'll just have to get her evaluated and go from there, and and hope for the best. Obviously, she's not only an important soccer player, but an important human being for us and a great leader. So, yeah, we'll have to, wait for the evaluation.
And I'll go to questions. Steph, would you like to go first?
Thanks, Jonathan. I actually was going to ask about Nadia, but you beat me to it. But then I guess I would move on to, it looked like the defense was struggling a bit with getting, I mean, to put it very bluntly, Sid LaRue is very fast.
That's matter of fact. It's not bluntly. That's a fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you talk to your center backs, trying to get them to tighten up and not get split or allow that penetration?
Yeah, we got caught a little bit too high, obviously. I think the second goal, I think it was, I thought she was offsides. I can't remember if she made that early run, but yeah, we talked about halftime, and I think you saw the adjustment. They didn't get behind us, really in the second half. So I think that's the hard part about it, is that, the adjustments we made, they obviously worked, came out, get the goal back. And fortunately, they literally, I think, had the one shot besides a couple corners, and then you got Morgan coming in, and I mean, she turns and smacks it side netting. So, but yeah, early on we got caught a little bit, and we just got to make quicker decisions and reading the pressure on the ball, and kind of the basics of soccer. If there's no pressure on the ball, we got to drop our line.
If I can ask a quick follow up on the other end of the film with Jorian Balcom, kind of has gone from not a ton of playing time recently to, obviously getting more. What are you seeing from her in training that you're like, let's integrate this?
She has a great physical presence. She can stretch the opponent. And her and Nadia had some pretty good chemistry and training. Again, it was unfortunate because early on, until Nadia went off, I mean, their movement was really, really good, and we were causing a lot of trouble. We were getting to the end line. We needed a little more quality in our final pass, our final decision. But we were making, I thought we were making really good headway. And Jorian's a big part of that with her movement. So now I think for everyone, it's just working on that final ball, and then obviously a little more decisiveness in front of goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mario, one change from your first game that came back was to have Emily Fox there on the right side again. It almost wound up with her getting a goal there early on. What have you seen from her on that side of the field? What difference has that made for her?
I mean, you can see, I think she's been unbelievable. She showed to me the last two games why she has, been involved with the full national team. Her ability 1v1 is why we moved her on to the right. You can see now she has a huge presence. When she was on the left, she has to cut into on her right foot. She tends to run a little more pressure. And now on the right, once she beats one or two players, she can get to the end line. And I thought she was tremendous. I mean, in some aspects, she was one of our best attacking players today.
And finally, I think this will be the last one from us. You do have a bit of an international break coming up here with 2 weeks between games. How do you use those 2 weeks? Is it time off? Is it train? How do you balance that?
Exactly, the balance of both. Give them a few days off. They've had a hard stretch last few weeks here with the Women's Cup and league, a lot of games. So I think it's good to give them not only a physical break but a mental break. And then it'll give us, to your point, some time to continue to get better. That's what we talked about post game. was, I think right now it's an opportunity to grow as individuals and then grow as a team. So we regroup and evaluate the film, but not just this film, the last 2 games, and then make the little adjustments we need to make and continue to grow and get better and plug away at it. We're one thing I can promise you. They said after the game, they're not done. They want to. There's still the motivation there, still a lot of points, and we keep going and plug away and keep fighting to get to that playoff spot.